Ready? We're doing this. Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Chris.
Are you going through a phase?
I'm 12 years old again.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Chris.
And this is Able Journey.
Yay!
My question. So being in an interabled relationship, we get a lot of questions. Mostly, what are you sighing about?
Nothing, I didn't sigh.
Okay. Being in an interabled relationship, we get a lot of questions about our relationship. We get a lot of questions about Chris in a wheelchair. So we thought we'd do some of the basic questions that Chris is constantly asked by other people in the public. You ready to start?
Yes.
Okay. One of the questions is, were you injured while in the military?
Yes. Well, I wasn't injured. I have a disease. But yes, I was in the military.
And what disease do you have?
I have multiple sclerosis.
The second question is, after he says that he has MS, people ask, what is multiple sclerosis?
Multiple sclerosis is a neurological disease that affects your nerve. The way I describe it with the nerves, well, if I can follow your finger for a second. Let's say you're like, the nerves are like this. One nerve's there, one nerve's here. In the middle, you have a thing that goes around. Fatty tissue. It's called myelin sheath. My immune system is attacking that myelin sheath. And once it eats that sheath away, the nerve basically dies.
So where it's going ends up basically not getting the message.
Correct.
So what areas are affected for you?
It's mainly in the spine, but I have some in my brain, a couple of spots.
The question he gets asked a lot is, after learning about multiple sclerosis, they say, isn't MS a back disease?
They're talking about your spine being crooked. So they're talking about scoliosis. Get a lot of, oh, isn't MS your back disease where it's curvature? No, that's scoliosis, not multiple sclerosis.
And then another thing is, I have a friend, a sister, an uncle, a cousin, whatever with MS, and they can walk, so why can't you?
That's a common question. Multiple sclerosis affects people differently. So like me, it's affected my walking and my hands. Someone else could just have, like I have a buddy that's blind because of optic neuritis, which is a symptom of multiple sclerosis. He can walk, he can do everything, he's just low vision. I have another friend that nothing is wrong, she just gets fatigued. So it just affects people differently.
When were you diagnosed?
2004.
And did it start out this way, or how did it?
I have optic neuritis, so they sent me to an ophthalmologist. He sent me in to get MRIs. Then he sent me to a neurologist. And that's how I got diagnosed. I had an itching, burning in my arm that felt like I was being poked with a hot iron through the arm every time I touched my arm. That was the worst. Then I had a sensation of numbness in my feet. And when I say sensation, it felt numb, but it wasn't numb. So that's weird. And then I had nothing. I started limping. The limping got worse. Then I couldn't walk very well. And in 2011, I went into a wheelchair full time.
The next question he's asked a lot is, are you okay? Are you in pain?
I am okay, and I am in pain. The pain level I'm at, if you're on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm pretty much at a 6 constantly. And some days it's worse, and some days it's not. But normally I'm at a constant 6. So it's
kind of a hard question to answer, because when you tell somebody that you're in pain constantly, there's no really good answer after that.
Yeah, because my pain is probably a lot different than your pain.
Definitely
but it's not for me.
It'd be a 12 for me. How do you drive?
I was driving. I don't drive anymore, but I drove with my hands. I had a bar that I use like It was kind of up and
Handbrake.
down, yeah, handbrake, and my gas pedal. So I'd pull back, I'd have gas, and I'd push it forward, the brake, and then I had a knob. I would show you, but I can't move my arm now. But it goes on the steering wheel, and then I just turn. So I just drove with both hands.
At the time, you had function of both hands.
Right,
Can you have intimate relations?
and yes, you can. There's ways.
It's not that kind of video.
I'm not gonna like.
We're not going to explore that any
Yeah,
further.
I'm just saying yes. There's ways to do it. So
There's clinics and things at hospitals and at the VA for those
for that help,
purposes, especially for reproduction.
yes, they have a whole clinic for it. Or you talk to your doctor or whatever.
Talk to your doctor, go to the clinic so you
Yeah.
can get help with starting a family, things like that.
Yep.
So is there anything else you can think of that people ask frequently that we didn't cover here?
No, I think that was pretty much it.
Don't park in handicap parking spaces if you don't need them.
That's a good one. People do that all the time. Don't park in the van spots if you don't have a van.
It is very annoying for cars to park in the van spots. They don't need those hash mark areas like a van does to open the ramp and then a wheelchair to come out of it. You need that extra space.
Right, and it's safety, because then I have to get out of the vehicle in the middle of the road.
Travel behind cars and he's like 4'11". And so it's hard to see. Think about how careful you have to look for children going behind cars and things like that. It's the same for wheelchairs.
I'm pretty
So-
much the same height of a small
A
child.
small child. So yes, if you don't need those spots, please don't use them, especially a van if you're in a car. And just watch out for wheelchairs, watch out for motorcycles, watch out for small children. Just keep a watch out.
I do not want to get hit by a car.
I don't want him to get hit by a car. All right. Thank you for watching.
Bye. My little limp arm.
Say testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.